whole rest of it. This way I get it up quickly. Wait, it's not going up.
Oh, your name is changing though. That makes it fun.
Oh, this is so weird. I'm changing on your side. Oh, this is a glitch. Okay, so
I don't have it. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, but yeah.
no, it's not going up. Hold on. Oh, this is so funny. All right. Anyway, while I try to fix my name and get it over to your side, which is really
That's
weird
fine.
glitch that's never happened before with Be Live, let's talk about Liaise for interior design. Tell everyone what it is. And I know we've done lives before, but different people watch at different times. And I feel like this is something that all designers should be part of, and industry partners are missing out if they don't get in at the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah. So while our prices are still pretty low, so what Liaise it is a directory of industry partners. And when I say industry partners, it's service providers that are providing virtual services or can do it long distance to interior designers and or anybody else who's in the interior design industry, right? So and what we're doing is we're actually vetting them. So people can't even have their listing posted until we've reviewed it. So we're going through and we're looking and we're making sure that it's quality content, that the people are actually in the industry. And yeah, we're providing a wide range, or at least the goal is Liaise to be the one-stop shop for, hey, I need a virtual design assistant, I need a bookkeeper, I need a website designer, SEO specialist. That this is that place, so that you don't really have to Google anymore and figure out, hey, yeah, I found this great person and they're very talented, but do they know my industry? This is very specific to interior design.
Yes, and I love it because, and I just want to point out something. If you are an interior designer and you go to the site, I put the link in the description. Yes, you need to put in your name, your email address, and choose a password just so you can see the current industry partners who are listed in the directory. That's all. It doesn't cost a designer anything. So definitely do it so you can see who's there. The industry partners, this is a no-brainer for you to be here because as Kelly grows this under my watch, it's going to be huge. And you're not going to want to be the virtual industry partner that doesn't get found by a designer who's looking for you if they're using Liaise for interior design. So let me just kind of summarize it for everyone. If you're a designer looking for virtual assistants of any kind, meaning virtual, someone who you want to hire to get some stuff done in your organization, bookkeeper, accountant, web designer, virtual assistants who can do all kinds of things for you, go to Liaise for interior design for free, put your name and email address in there, choose a password and see who Kelly has vetted. How do you vet them? So an industry partner comes to you, a bookkeeper, a web designer, and says, I want to be part of Liaise. How do you vet them?
So first of all, they can actually just sign up without reaching out to us, right? They put their money, they put their credit card information and everything, however they want to pay in, but they're not charged until we review their profiles. So, we actually have an email set up so that it helps them walk through the process of setting up their account. We'll review all the information that they upload. And then on top of it, if we're seeing that their profile maybe needs a little bit more information, maybe about them as a person, or it's not super clear, we will actually reach out to them directly and say, hey, we would really like to activate this account. However, this information needs to be added to be able to have it so that an interior designer fully understands what you're providing. And depending on the level of the listing that they're, or the listing level that they're doing, you get multiple things available on your list. So our minimalist level, which is our lowest tier, is $46 a month. And within that, you get a detailed profile page. So that's where you can put your bio, your introduction to yourself, your different services that you provide. You can link your website, you have your logo attached to it, and then you can have up to 6 categories. And what the categories are is those are basically, somebody comes in and looks through the directory, they can search by category. So if somebody says, hey, I want somebody who does, we have business guidance, and maybe they're providing coaching. I'm looking for a business coach in the interior design industry. It will pop up to the people who provide some level of business guidance within the industry. It doesn't, some people may pick coach, they may coach on a different level than what you might be thinking. So you'd still have to look through it.
Right.
But there's mentoring and training, and then we have, and then to add the vetting process, the listing can actually fill out. There'll be a form that they will get in their email where they fill out and let us know different, basically, what are we calling it? Partnership options or titles, right? So these are tags that are added onto their profile, so designers can quickly look to be able to see, oh, that person is X. So that includes the verified professional. So most of them are going to get that, right? Because we verified their account. And then holds an accredited design degree is another option. Holds a professional certification or licensure in the listed field or service. So trained by or enrolled by a VDM mentor. That's just if somebody has taken any of my courses or any of the courses that I've provided. It just lets designers know, hey, we've had that extra attention to them, or vice versa.
Right. Okay.
Fully vetted and recommended by Liaise. So those would be the maximalist levels. And those are the listings that are working with us, and we're getting to know them on a monthly and regular basis. So that means that we're meeting with them quarterly, and then twice every 2 weeks, we meet for a networking group so that we're getting to know their business and where their status is and what they're comfortable with. And then we have current design students, because I want to make sure that design students have the option to be on there. So if maybe they wanted to earn credits, if they're designers and they are looking to get licensed, then an interior designer can know, hey, this is somebody that might be interested in having their hours tracked, or hey, they're in school, so they might not be available full time. It's just something to take into account. And then industry veterans, so somebody who's been working within their industry or the interior design industry for 10 years or more.
Okay, so I'm looking at it and I see virtual design assistants, you got 15 listings, virtual business administration assistants, you have 7 listings. And again, these might be the same people who've chosen multiple categories, but this is what their expertise is in, and you have vetted them to make sure that they are who they say they are, basically.
Exactly. And a listing can actually, you may be limited on categories, but you do have a keywords option in your profile. So you can load up the keywords associated with your profile. So if a designer were to search, SketchUp in our search engine, that person will come up whether or not the category is associated with it. So even though SketchUp is an option, so.
Yeah, and I love the way it's listed. So for design business software, it's showing who is an expert in Asana, Canva, AutoCAD, Chief Architect, Cohom, Design Files, Dubsado, right? So listen, I coach so many people at this point, and you all use different systems. And it's always like, well, I use Design Files. How do I get help with Design Files without waiting for Design Files to do their assistance, or MyDoma, or House Pro, or whatever? You have experts in Liaise for interior design that designers can hire who are experts in this.
Right.
Right. And if you're an industry partner and you're an expert in something, accounting, virtual assistants, all the different systems, coaching, whatever, you can be part of the listings here. The industry partners pay a small amount monthly to be listed, but it's also a backlink to their websites, right?
Exactly, right. It's a backlink. Here's the other thing too, right? So you're using the term expert, and I want to remind people that those who aren't getting coaching from Nancy or anybody else, your idea of what expert means may be different than what an interior designer or somebody who's looking for it means, right? So you can turn around and say, well, I just started and I know SketchUp, but I'm not an expert at it. Who says you're not an expert at it? You may be really good at exactly what that designer needs. And you may not realize it because you haven't put yourself out there enough to realize that you're far better at it than you're giving yourself credit for. And sometimes you're actually going to learn more by working with people and learning from them. So don't feel like you have to be the premier of the premier to be listed on this. We're vetting them to make sure that people are working within the industry and they have really great skills. But that's actually where the maximalist listing comes in, right? So that is our highest tier, and that's where the networking comes in and getting to know. Because during those networking groups, I actually sit down and we kind of do a round table, and I say, hey, how are you doing? Very much similar to your groups, Nancy. That's where I got inspired by it. Is you're going to learn so much more from other people in the industry, and you're going to network and meet other people. There's everybody has a different talent. Everybody has a different skill set. You can have 6 people that are all working in SketchUp, and everyone is going to work differently and mesh differently with different designers.
Right. You have to have a choice because you can interview 3 people and choose the person that the personality meshes the most.
Exactly. Right. So my other spinoff business is Virtual Design Mentor, and we just interviewed yesterday for a course and another mentor to be added to the mentoring group, a very spunky designer, and her style is very loud and bright colors, very different than what our branding looks like. And she was, and towards the end of the call, I said, I want your courses and you to be you, because that's who your clients are going to be attracted to. I don't want you to feel like you have to be on brand for my brand.
Correct.
So
I love that.
And that's where this is too. So, I want you to be yourself, and I want you to feel comfortable with who you're attracting, because you're going to attract your ideal client based off of the persona that you're putting out.
Right. And it's a matter of, this is a matchmaking, right? It's a directory of service providers specific to the interior design industry, where interior designers can go look, they can interview them. They don't have to hire them directly from, right? They send them a message, they talk to them, they see whether they're the right fit for them. But at least it's not, listen, right now, everyone goes into the groups and then it says, I need a renderer, or I need an accountant, or I need a bookkeeper. And it's like everyone just starts listing, which is great. But this is a place where they can go, where you have looked at their business and make sure it's legit business that services the industry. And they can go even further up the verification ladder, where you know exactly what their skill is also. And they get higher rankings.
Exactly. Right. And the higher you go up as a listing too, the more detailed your listing can get, down to being able to have reviews. So we have listings on there that have 6 reviews from interior designers who've gone in. So, the goal is, again, this is a place where interior designers who have hired somebody can actually go and leave a testimonial for you, so that it's not, hey, can you write it in this Facebook group, and then you're copying that testimonial and you're still, there's all these different avenues, versus here, the end goal is, hey, everyone's just going to come here. And we are getting that, where we have almost 200 interior designers registered right now.
Okay, well, I don't see why every interior designer wouldn't register, because it's free right now, and it might not stay like that forever. Anyone who knows me, if people coach with me, they start out not being so expensive, but as their business is growing, the goal is always less clients, more money, to be able to have a good full life and balance your personal life. So get in as an interior designer now. It's free to join. You can then check out the listings. And if you're an industry partner, this is the lowest price it's ever going to be. So do it now in order to get more exposure to designers who can hire you. Get a backlink to your website. This is a very small price to pay to promote your business over an entire year.
It's very small. And to give you an idea, as the interior design list, the list of interior designers grow, the goal is that, again, this is where they go. I was inspired by, very early on, I became an Ivy designer. So I joined their group, and they had something on there called the directory. And I got on that list, and I think there weren't a ton of people on there to
I was
start
on
out.
there too. Yeah.
Right. And I can tell you, I was paying, I think, about $90 a month, but it paid for itself every single month. That was my main stream of income, was through the directory and the Facebook group.
Mhm.
So you have to invest money to make money. And I know that can be really scary, especially when you're just starting out. You're like, oh, but I have to pay for this, and I have to pay for this, and I have to do this. All you have to pay is $46 a month.
Well, I'm going to add something to that, Kelly. It's $46 a month for the industry partners,
Yep.
but then you have meetings they can attend where they get to know other industry partners who have the same ideal client as them. And once they get to know them through these meetings that you provide, these networking opportunities, people start cross-referring each other too. So, right? So if somebody is on with Jackie for her services, she may sit and the designer's talking and they say, well, I also need someone who does this. Jackie will be like, oh, you have to go to so-and-so because she's on the directory also, or he, and they know them from the networking and they trust them and they trust their business model and their education. It's really
that networking group is only available to the maximalist listing though. So it's not available to the lower tiers. So that is, again, to clarify what is included in that. And it's 100% worth the value. And this is not me just trying to be a salesperson. Anybody who has partaked in our, partake, is that even a word?
I was going to say. Bought in.
Yeah. Our networking group over the last year, their businesses have grown exponentially. And it's because they're learning from myself, and I've learned from a master, and kind of like a pay it forward, right? So, and then on top of that, they're getting to know other people. So as you said, Nancy, all these women and hopefully men are now they're your go-to team. They're the people who, somebody posts on a Facebook group saying, hey, I need a beautiful hand renderer. They know one now, right? So you can pay just the $46 and be on the list, but that doesn't mean that the people in the networking group know who you are, right? You're also not getting the coaching and the mentoring from other people. So we're not vetting your prices, right? We're just vetting that you are who you say you are and you're providing quality services.
Right. It's still your own prices. Once a person connects with you, likes you, you're doing your own ladder of services, your own service.
Exactly. I even, if people start listing their prices, I have them take it off. I had this amazing business coach who told me, you don't list your prices. So we put that into act on the listing too, because we don't want you to get stuck based off of something that may be an arbitrary number in the future, right? So, but these are all things that are discussed during that networking group as well. To me, there are too many voices as to how to pay yourself or get paid and the pricing. And within the virtual design assistant and the virtual assistant realm, it's so new, the concept of it, that there are people that are providing defined numbers, and they have quizzes and things like that to be able to tell you how much you should be paying. I don't go by that. I'm not going to tell you because you don't have a design degree, you shouldn't be charging over a certain top. Yeah. Because here's the truth. That's like telling Frank Lloyd Wright he didn't go to architecture school, so he shouldn't be charging a lot of money. Some of the best architects and designers in the world didn't go to design school. Does that mean that they should be getting paid $25 an hour? No.
No, I completely agree with you. And I often coach designers who say, well, I don't have a degree and I feel like, people are looking at me and I'm like, no one's looking at you. and you know what? Stop looking to see whether anyone's looking at you. If you provide a great service, you're good at what you do, and you're at least one step ahead of the person hiring you, right? Mm-hmm. That's all you have to be to provide a service and get paid for it, and set your own rate to make it worth your while. It's your business. So I love the fact that Industry partners can list themselves here, but you don't try to control their prices. If they're at the higher tier, you're providing guidance for them as a business as well and getting to know them, and they get to know each other if they're at that top tier so they can cross refer. It's a whole culture that I'm loving. So I'm so proud of you for doing all of this. God, oh my God, 2 years ago I think you came to me, right?
No, 4. It was 4 years ago.
Wow.
Oh my God. 4 years ago.
Really? I really lose track of time. It's
Yeah.
incredible so just for you guys to know, when Kelly came to me, she was a designer. And it just like, I don't want to say.
I think I spent that first 15-minute training or that first discovery call crying.
Yeah, that's a lot of my clients.
Yeah. I did a lot of crying, and she did a lot. Like, it's interesting how when you get a really good coach and somebody you kind of like, it's kind of that gentle push of, no, just keep going, just keep going. How you, in some cases, you become a Jiminy Cricket, even when you're not here. I'm not talking to you. You know, for the longest time, I'd get like super emotional about something, like, oh, they're doing this, and then I'd hear your voice being like, just take a breath, walk away. It's not about you. Like, so
I think I say that every day, right? It's not about you. Don't tell yourself that story. But you went from, I'm a designer looking to grow my business, to together we identified your superpower was definitely in the rendering, and then the teaching, and then the idea that you came up with to put designers together with industry partners, because there's such a gap in the industry. And I just sort of help you along slightly. At this point, you're a rock star. You are growing a great business. And for those who don't get in early, I'm telling you, it's a mistake, because anyone I coach raises their prices within a short period of time. So this is basically almost like a beta rollout price, and it will go up. So if you're an industry partner, join now to get further exposure so that you're found and you get hired as Kelly grows this business. And if you're an interior designer, join for free now, because at some point it might be a fee for designers to get access to the directory. So
I do want to point out, I see Jackie commenting. Jackie is my partner in this. So I'm the one who is reviewing all the creatives. And that's where we've split that. We're splitting that apart. So she's doing business operations. So that is her specialty. She has a degree in marketing. So Jackie is doing a lot of the business minded listings. So if you are a business, in the sense of you're helping with administrative work, you're helping with the back end side of things, and you're curious, we do have on Liaise, so you do still have to become a member to be able to get to it, but you are actually able to.
Hi, your son?
Yeah, he's home today too. It's like every time I have an interview with you, he came running in with a pouch.
It's real life. Everyone knows exactly. It's real life, working at home.
Exactly. But Jackie's awesome. So, and we have it set up so that if you're a creative or you're a business-minded person, you want to find out more and how this works for your business, you can sign up for a free 20-minute consultation with either of us. Nice. So you would just kind of go through and you would pick which one is your business focus. And then we can walk you through it directly. So if you need a little bit of a demo and understanding of how it works, go ahead and do that. We're here and we're available, and we're looking forward to chatting with you.
Love it. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Jackie. If you're an industry partner, join Liaise for Interior Design to get more clients. I'm going to make it super simple. And if you're an interior designer, join so you can see who you can hire as you grow to help you get to that next level with virtual assistants, which really is the best way to grow. I have 7 virtual assistants to run this coaching business, and so much better than having them in the office that I don't have enough room for them.
There's perks to not having formal employees. So
yes, it's really nice. All right. Well, thank you, Kelly, for being a sponsor of this group and for creating Liaise for Interior Design. It was definitely a gap in the industry, and now it is filled. And we want to load it up with more than 200 designers and more than, I don't know how many industry partners. Get yourself on the listing. I think it's a must do for 2022, and it's going to change the face of your business. So
Yay.
thanks, Kelly.
Alrighty, thanks for having me, Nancy. I'll talk to you guys later.
You're welcome. Bye, everyone.